Alright. Start out with a laugh. There we go. Action.
How's it going? My name is Ryan Wallace. I'm the co-founder and co-owner of Lonely Floater. And today we are interviewing the artist formerly known as Bloonz. Also, one of my really good friends and co-collaborators to the San Diego Unified Bass District. What's up, bro?
How you doing, big dog? It's good to see you. Thank you for having me. Appreciate it. Look at this view, everybody. We're so lucky to be here. This is fantastic.
We are in an undisclosed location, thanks to Uncle M. And as you can see, views are here. The vibes are right. Hell yeah.
Indeed.
So Bloonz, tell us about yourself and then introduce yourself afterwards.
Well, a little bit about me. You know, I really enjoy music. Obviously, that's why I'm a musical artist. I have really enjoyed my time here in San Diego. I moved down here from Orange County about 5 years ago, 4.5, and I just love it here. It's a fantastic place, and I want to make it my home. I'm a history major from San Diego State. I'm about to graduate in May.
Congratulations, man.
Yeah, I'm really excited for that. I know you've got a graduation coming up soon, bro.
In December,
so,
you know.
In December, hey,
Yeah.
There you go. So making moves in the world in that way. And I spend a lot of time outdoors. I love to rollerblade. I like to go and hike, you know. I walk around Choyas Lake Park every day and go watch the ducks and stuff like that. So I'd say that, you know, through the pandemic and everything, I've lived a pretty simplistic lifestyle as far as, you know, just finding pleasures in everyday, you know, life activities and really like getting out and trying new things. And that's really translated really well over into my music. You know, the adventuresome side of me has really blossomed in this last year and a half because I've had so much more time to just, you know, do stuff like that. Anyway, so as a final introduction, my name is Maxton Wallet, and I am the artist known as Bloonz. Proud to say it. All about them weird synths, beats, and moving feets. And any of you that want to come and catch me at any of our shows, I promise you it will be a fantastic time.
Okay, so what inspires your style, your steez, your music? Like what creates the artist formerly known as Bloonz?
Yeah, you know, I really think that my biggest influence for the music that I wanted to make was Chris Warren at San Diego State University. That man is a G through and through. He knows his stuff around music, and he taught me how to get over the hurdles of Ableton, and while I was in his courses, I really learned a lot about music making. And the one thing that he did that really stuck with me and started an obsession for me was he pulled out his modular synthesizer, which was just incredible to see. And, you know, I had never heard such sounds being played right in front of me. You know, you hear a weird sound here and there in music, and, you know, it's cool, it's nice, and it, like, sometimes it'll send a chill down your spine. Sometimes it'll just, like, put a grin on your face, and you're like, man, that was really pleasant. And
so that from there, it just captured you.
Yeah, it really did capture me, for sure.
What a way to open the door to an entirely huge world, man.
Yeah, no, seriously. You know, and I played the cello growing up, and it was great. You know,
How long did you play the cello for?
Probably about 7 years. Wow. And yeah, I did very well in like school orchestras and stuff like that. And the musicality was definitely there for me, but unfortunately, you know, other things in life got in the way, and I kind of dropped that a bit. Yeah. So junior year of college, when I decided to get into producing, I found, like I said, the synthesizer aspect of things, and ended up buying my own, and it was probably the best purchase I've ever made, because
it wasn't a purchase, man. It was an investment.
It was an investment, definitely. I still have it, and I love it, and I use it all the time. But, you know, my creativity, I was never a good drawer or painter, really. You know, I could paint some abstract stuff or whatever. But My grandmother actually was a very accomplished painter and actress. She played on MASH, the TV show.
Oh, wow.
And yeah, so you know, she always told me whatever, like, oh, you're the oldest son, like you're gonna be a star, da 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 da. You're gonna go into showbiz and stuff, right?
I mean,
And so
if you look around in San Diego, man, Pacific Beach, silent discos, some raves back in the day, like whenever there's an event and you're on the twos, the girls start walking in, the frat boys start drinking, like. I mean, you also build stages, man. Like, you have a creative taste within your hands in paint and art stuff. Like,
thank you, bro.
Yeah, man. I see it almost every day.
I appreciate you, big dog. That's quite the compliment. But yeah, so you know, when the world of synthesizers was opened up to me, and I could really get that tactile feel, and I had this thing in my hand that could just sing sounds that I had never heard before, sounds that maybe nobody has ever heard before, because the way that a synthesizer works, you tune dials and it's just so exact and finite.
Like a surgeon.
Like, yeah, and it could be a sound that nobody on this earth has ever heard before.
Wow.
And that's a pretty incredible thing for something that sits on the desk in my studio. It's amazing.
You wake up to that almost every morning, man.
Yeah, bro, seriously, it's cool. So that really inspired my steez as far as like what I wanted to use for my equipment. And then my roots as far as EDM music really stretch back to like listening to a lot of Liquid Stranger and Wakan style bass music and stuff. And all those sounds just blew my mind, and I couldn't even fathom how they made them. And then once that door was opened, I saw it and I was like, okay, cool. Now I'm gonna use this toward my house and techno desires and passion there. And
So quick question.
yeah.
How would you describe your sound?
You know, I'd say it has pretty deep roots in like deep house with pretty juicy bass lines. And I really try to create soundscapes that people can close their eyes and get lost to as far as the synthesizer sounds, you know. I don't have too many tracks out, but all of them that I've made are just so beautifully sculpted with the synthesizers in there. And it's not just leads and stuff, it's little squeaks and squeals and kind of things.
You're like Bango on the beat, bro.
Yeah, exactly. So I really do treat it like a canvas, and I try and put as much on there as possible. And, you know, even something as minute as one little tiny quiet snare can just add that much more oomph to a bass, you know, to a bass line or whatever. And I think that treating your musical arrangement thing on Ableton as a blank canvas to literally paint on whatever you want is a beautiful way to make music. You're going to make mistakes and you're going to make stuff that sounds like crap, but I did make a pretty solid beat. And that was about 4 months before I actually started at the music program at San Diego State. And I tried
program at State.
Was that?
You were in a music program at State.
Yeah. So Chris Warren, the guy I mentioned earlier, was the instructor, and he passed on a lot of great knowledge. So he was definitely fantastic. Yeah. So check Chris Warren out at San Diego State. All of you, if you're interested in getting into production, he's a wizard with it.
SDSU.
Let's
All
go,
right,
Aztecs.
so other than Chris Warren, man, like, shout out to him. Who else are your musical influences?
Man, you know, I would really say, I have to say the first rave I ever went to was Nightmare and Slander's Good Vibrations. And I was at the NOS Center in like 2017. And I'll never forget that. I love Nightmare so much. And it's not the style of music I listen to now. But if I heard a set of his playing, I would just go absolutely crazy. And I think that the biggest inspirational factor of his music was that it made me feel, it gave me chills, like it just sent something through my body that was like a pulse wave of feelings. And I had never really experienced that from like the crazy dubstep and stuff like that. And I started to seek out that vibe. Like I hadn't felt that from music in a very long time. And so that really inspired me for sure. And then when I moved into house and techno, Desert Hearts has been literally my biggest influence. Desert Hearts is all about the weird synth sounds, absolutely banging bass lines, everything like that. Their mixes are all so full of crazy stuff, and the whole energy of it is just something that I've always wanted to be a part of ever since I found like the house and techno scene here in San Diego.
Well, it looks to be so that maybe in the future you don't have to wait to be a part of it. You'll be the one holding it.
Exactly.
Along with me.
Exactly.
Hell yeah,
so
man.
There it is. I actually do potentially have a set on their live stream coming up on the Clam Jam Tuesday nights.
Tuesday nights?
Yeah, bro.
Wow.
So don't quote me on that, but
Making moves,
yeah,
man.
Exactly.
A man of many versatile skills, sounds, and also activities.
Thank you.
That's dope, man. I'm glad to call you a friend.
Thank you. Me as well, brother. Me as well. Much love.
Okay, so a special thing about you that people should know is that the events that you used to hold, you know, you'd also have a charity cause towards them. Can you kind of like express a little bit about that?
Yeah. So basically, we are working with the Network of Hearts Foundation, and our goal at San Diego Unified Base District is to give back and do something different than the other collectives that we've seen in San Diego. You know, they all do fantastic work and put on great events, but there's never any notice of like charitable donations to a good cause. And we decided as a group that it would be a great thing to combat the problem of human trafficking here in San Diego. And we decided on a group out of San Diego here that focuses on adolescent victims of human trafficking and sex trafficking, and provides them shelter and resources and social workers, and helps them get a leg up where otherwise they would spoil into jails, institutions, and death eventually, because you know it's just such a serious and rampant problem, especially here in San Diego. We have one of the largest foot border crossings in the entire world, and you know some crazy statistic exists of how many people get filtered in and out. So we decided that was a good cause. We're also working with Liquid Death Water here out of San Diego. And,
Shout out to Liquid Death.
Shout out Liquid Death. Murder your thirst. So cheers, Liquid Death.
Cheers.
It will be the official water of Moonlight Mirage, our S-Dub Fest, and we're very proud to announce that. And the partnership goes deeper than just them being the water of Moonlight Mirage. They also have a mission that they hold firm to eliminate as much plastic waste as possible. And they do that by providing their water in cans, which obviously recycles down much less harmfully than plastic. So with those two noble causes standing behind each entity involved in Moonlight Mirage, we really think that we are doing a great thing to support both a company who wants to help save the planet and give to a great cause that wants to stop a horrific crime that runs rampant in San Diego.
Beautiful. I love it. What else should I ask you? So I can talk to you all day, man. I don't know the right questions to ask, man. Like, okay. What kind of advice would you give to a younger you?
Oh, man. I mean, the obvious is start music younger. When I formed my love for the house and techno scene and the music and stuff, I was about 18, and I had the time and the resources to probably do it, but I wasn't disciplined in the way that I needed to be to get it done. And I would give myself the advice of say yes to more things that you don't think you can do. A little anecdote, man, like I won't stay too long on this, but I ran 2 marathons when I was in middle school just because like I wanted to. And that like drive and ambition kind of left me and then came back as soon as I got back into music. And so I would say to anybody who has a creative desire in their mind, and, you know, my younger self included, say yes to the things that you think you can't do, because you'll surprise yourself, you know? And it's crazy. Also, as you would say, comparison is the thief of joy. That's another huge one. And if I had instilled that one a couple years earlier in life, I think some things would have been a lot easier for sure.
I mean, man, hey, like, everything happens for a reason within divine timing. So you can't tell me nothing's impossible. So you discovered your true passion and skill for music at a perfect time. Perfect time.
The perfect time is now, man. You know, like my favorite story is of Cascade, I believe. He was a lawyer until he was like 30 and then just got into music and boop, like one of the most, or maybe it was Tiesto, excuse me,
Don't quote him on that.
but you know, like that's
Yeah.
crazy, man. And
That is
people do that, and so there's never a bad time to start your dream.
It's never a bad time to start your dreams. Never a bad time to try something new.
Yeah,
Because then that's how you find your passion. You don't try
Exactly.
new things, you'll never figure out what you love.
exactly.
And for you, it's music.
And usually it's hard to get there. It's hard to start the passion. That's kind of just how it goes.
Yeah,
you
if it
know?
was easy, no one else would do it.
Exactly.
But to be a DJ, that takes skill, that takes time, that takes effort, that takes long hours behind the desk and a beat pad talking about, can I get it right? Can I get it right?
Yeah, exactly. No, it's stress for sure, but it's so worth it in the end. And you know, when I'm up there, it's just smiles ear to ear, man. I never have a bad time, so it's great.
I love it, man.
Love it.
Well, thank you for coming.
Thank you for having me.
My name is Ryan Wallace, co-founder, co-owner of Lonely Floater, and this is the end of our interview. Bloonz, thank you for coming. Give me a hug, bro.
Appreciate it. Remember, weird synths, beats, and moving feet, baby. That's what I'm talking about.
All right, let's make sure I record this.